Miss May here, one fab teacher. Hope all is well with you. Guys, the end is near. Summer vacation, chillaxing is almost complete. Almost finished, finito, done. And back to the grind we go. I report back to work on Monday. And then my new set of Fab Firsties report to me on the 28th of this month. So I have a little bit of time to prep, which is nice. We had the opportunity to be able to go to our school this week and set up, and just for some reason I'm just not mentally quite there yet. I just want to really truly take advantage of these last few days, because if you've seen my videos, you know once I go in, I go all in when it comes to teaching. So I'm just going to take advantage of these last few days and just enjoy me time and take care of little things that still need to be done before I report back. So anyway, with that said, back to school is coming for many of us. A lot of us I know have started. A lot of us are preparing, and many of you have asked me, Miss May, what do you do for a behavior management system? And so if you are not familiar with my classroom management series, you can just click the card there or click the link in the description box below. I have a list of videos in that playlist just expressing how I feel about classroom management, things that I do, and this is just another video that's going to be added to it. So this video is long overdue because many have asked. I have said this, I'm going to share what I do, yada yada yada, and just didn't get to it. It's been what it is. But today I'm coming to you with this video. It might be a little long, I'm not gonna lie, guys, but so if you click out, I understand, but I just feel like it's important that I express how I feel about this. So I am talking about the behavior clip chart systems that are all over the internet and how they drive me crazy. Today I'm going to tell you to snip those clips, let them go, get rid of those charts, let them go. I truly believe they are negative. I don't believe in them. I fell victim to the clip chart system. I did, and I fell victim to it when I was student teaching. My student teaching experience was amazing. If you haven't seen that video, click the card here or click the link in the description box below. But my student teaching experience was amazing, and at one of the schools that was the first school that I was at, one of the teachers, kindergarten teachers, asked if I would take over her classroom for her because she wasn't going to return. After her maternity leave was up, she was just going to stay gone. And I was like, of course I'll do it. Yes, in a heartbeat. And I revamped that whole classroom, made it into mine, loved it. It was great. And I made the mistake of having a clip chart system. And the reason why is because I became naive and vulnerable to, well, all the other teachers do it, so I need to do it, which I don't believe in that. Just because one teacher's doing something doesn't mean that you need to be doing it too, because everything isn't always great, and it's not always for the best of children. And you guys know I'm all about the kids. So I was looking through my student teaching binder and came across, because it's living proof, guys, that I was victim to this silliness. This right here is silliness. Like, this whole clip system stuff, this is silly. This is ridiculous. And so when at the school that I was at, they started with everybody on good job and you were at green. But if you moved your clip up, that means you were naughty. So like, you go to warning, recess, note home. This is silly. Simply silly. And I am embarrassed, but I can admit that I did that, and I shouldn't have did it. And not only did I do it once, but I did it twice. So I did it 2 years knowing that it wasn't the right thing to do, knowing it wasn't good for kids. Because let's just put ourselves in a child's situation, because let's face it, as adults, when we're at workshops or staff meetings, we can have children tendencies, talking while someone is up there speaking, texting while somebody's up there speaking, passing notes. Like, we can all fall victim to that some point in our career, okay? And so let's just say it's a staff meeting, and let's just say your principal sees you talking. Okay, we'll just say my principal. She sees me talking and she's like, Miss Nay, move your clip. Like, what? And I'm in front of all these people and you're asking me to move my clip because I'm talking. Like, that's not gonna make me stop talking. That's gonna make me mad, and it's gonna make me probably wanna talk more because I'm upset that you embarrassed me, and I don't like to be embarrassed. So just imagine with kids, whether their name is on the clip or their number's on the clip, you're telling kids to move their clip, or I know I've seen where some teachers move the clip for them. Like, is that really solving the behavior that's, you know, negative? Is that really helping that negative behavior become a more positive behavior? Probably not. I don't see anywhere where research says that these clip systems are the way, the end all be all, and that's the way to get negative behavior calmed down and stopped. Now, I will say that clip system will work for that kid that is always good, always does a great job, but for some reason they just had a little off day and they have to move their clip. That child's gonna cry because that affected them. But you get a hardcore kid that is upset about life in general, and you tell them to move their clip, you're not gonna get, or even pull your card. Like, those things are not gonna help a kid like that. We have to think about these children in our classrooms. These kids are angry for some reason. They're not coming to school to say, oh, I just want to pick on Miss May today, or I want to pick on Mr. So-and-so today. That's not their goal. They're shouting out for help. They're crying out for help because we don't know what these kids are coming to school from. That we don't know what they go home to. Some of them are angry because they didn't have a good night's sleep last night. Some of them are angry because they don't know where daddy was at last night. Some of them are angry because they don't know where mommy was at last night. Some of them are angry because they don't know where they're going to sleep. Some of them are angry because they didn't have a place to sleep. We don't know what these kids are going home to and why they are crying out. And it almost makes me ill. It really does. It makes me ill that people don't, or some teachers don't see that and understand that. Like, children who have behavior problems, there's a behavior problem for a reason. I am not going to tell a kid to move their clip down, up, whatever, okay, for negative behavior. I'm not going to do that. I don't believe in that. I believe in hardcore building personal relationships. I cannot tell you guys enough how important it is to have relationships in the classroom, routines and procedures in place that are consistent, and creating a classroom environment that is safe, warm, just a caring type of environment. And that doesn't mean that you have to go and buy all this stuff. But it also means that as a person, as a whole, you have to create that environment. Whether you're having morning meetings every morning, maybe you're having afternoon meetings, maybe you're having end of the day meetings. Anytime that you can build relationships with kids, it creates a huge, I mean, I can't even express to you how much of a difference it makes. And I get people, well, they'll say, well, Ms. May, I'm trying to do attention getters. It's not working. I'm trying to do transitions. It's not working. I cannot tell you, this stuff is not going to happen overnight. You have to practice these things. You have to be consistent with it. It takes me a good solid 2 months, and that's not counting August, for me to get my classroom running how I truly want it to run. Some years it takes me 3 months. It depends on the class, but you have to keep doing it and you have to be consistent with it. Because I'm going to tell you, that's going to nip a lot of your behaviors in the bud instantly. Now, if you have this environment where you're building relationships and things are going great, but you're still having a hard time with so-and-so, you know, student A and student B or whatever, then that's when I look at that child individually and I focus individually on their behavior. Something is wrong. So I need to set up some type of a system, contract, take some kind of documentation, data, because it could be an emotional illness. It could be something else going on psychologically that I don't know, that I can't do anything about. That's going to take a pediatrician. But my goal for you guys for this school year is to maybe try something a little bit different. Snip the clips. Snip them. Even the cards. You know, get rid of the cards, the pull your card, the move your clip. Get rid of them. And maybe try something different. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the system that I use. And the system that I use is called the Super Improver Wall. And this is created by Biffle. Now, if you're not familiar with him, he has videos all over YouTube. I'll put some links down in the description box below. But he has YouTube videos all over. And he has teachers who are trained for his whole philosophy is called whole brain teaching. And he has teachers that are trained to train other teachers about it. And it's a really good, positive way to reach those kids that can be very difficult. Biffle, I really truly believe in his philosophy on gaining those positive relationships with students. So what I do is I use his Super Improver Wall. You can use it for academics or you can use it for behavior. I use it for behavior because I love how my kiddos become excited with this system. And it's just something that I'm going to share with you because in my classroom, I don't want any kind of negative aura in there. You won't come in there and see negativity at all. People come to my classroom and they'll say, oh, I just need to come and get some happy. That is the goal for me because that eliminates a lot of behaviors. When kids are happy, when kids feel confident, when kids feel safe, it's a whole different ball game versus a kid that doesn't feel safe, that's unhappy, that's miserable, that's angry. You're going to have two different worlds in your classroom. So I'm going to turn the camera over so that we can ditch this nonsense and move on to something a little bit more positive. So I hope this answers your questions about what I do and why I don't do the clip system. I don't do it because it's negative. Like, it's negative. You know, you have kids in the middle who are on green. Everybody's ready to learn. You know, so either kids can go up because you're doing good or kids can go down. Like, to me, what is positive about that? People come in the classroom and see, well, even if it's a number, it's still showing a kid's number. So there's a kid there that has this negativity. I'm just not about that life. This is just an alternative for you that maybe might work for you. So I'm going to turn the camera over. Okay, but one more thing, guys, before I turn the camera over, here is Biffle's book. It's called Whole Brain Teaching for Challenging Kids. Awesome sauce here. You will not regret getting this book and reading it. Awesome. I absolutely love it. It's an easy read. Check it out. Check out his videos. All right, so now onto the wall. Okay, guys, so this right here is the Super Improver Wall. Now, this was created by Biffle, like I said, and I think it's an awesome system to use for behavior. But like I said again, like I'll say again, it's also great for academics as well. But I think it's really cool for behavior. So with this wall, you're going to have 10 levels. So it goes from beginner all the way up to specialist. Now, all these different names of these different levels can be tweaked. I've seen them tweaked all over Teachers Pay Teachers and all over Pinterest. So it's just what you choose. You just choose what you like. I personally made this myself. This is located in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. And it's free. Just added it. It's free. All yours. And it's free. So anyway, you have 10 levels here. So the first level is beginner. Then you have learner, leader, rising star, master, scholar, pro, legend, expert, and the last one, specialist. And the goal is you want to try to have the kiddos be a specialist by the very end of the school year. So at the beginning of the year, I start off and everybody starts at white. Okay, so at the beginning of the year, everyone has a white card, which looks like this. Okay, It looks like this. And then if you notice, there's 5 dots at the top and 5 at the bottom. The goal is for the kid to black out and get all 10 dots. And then they get to move up to the next level, which would be leader. And then they keep moving on after every 10 points they receive. Now, the thing of it is that everybody's not going to be on the same level. Everybody's going to be on different levels, which is fine. The goal, though, is for everybody to reach every different level by the end of the year. So you have to be kind of careful on how many stickers or stars you give the kiddos, because you don't want them to move too fast up before the end of the year, but you don't want them to move too slow either. And so these dots here are strictly for I place the stickers. So I'll say, for example, oh my gosh, Chloe, you have done an amazing job during Writer's Workshop, just taking your time, not bothering anyone. I really, really appreciate that. Here's a golden star, and they know to put the star on the dot. Or I'll put the star on the dot every once in a while, but for the most part, I just try to have I have the kiddos do it because they love putting their golden star on their dot. Once they complete it, they take the card gets to go home with them, and then they get the next color card. So Chloe, she's on green. Once she completes all 10, then she gets a blue card and she moves to blue. And that's basically what this improver wall is. Now, once kids reach here, I always tell them there's something amazing at the end if you make it to the specialist, and you can choose what you want to do with those kiddos. You know, you could have a pizza party, you could go to the movies, go bowling, just do something extra special for those kiddos that reach to the specialist. So instead of like Chris Biffle always talks about, I'm going to turn the camera around a little. Biffle, guys, he talks a lot about how he doesn't believe in tangible junk like treasure chest and treasure box. Like, he believes in just kids having that satisfaction of feeling good about themselves. And I will tell you, when a kiddo gets a golden star, you don't have to use golden stars, but they're very cheap for a lot of them on Amazon. And so it's just something about that golden star and putting it on that dot and seeing how much they have left before they can move up another level. It's just kind of mind-blowing how it makes them feel. And that is the goal. You want kids to feel good about themselves. You want them to be proud of themselves. And to me, this system creates that type of feeling. Just something that I do, something that I feel is a great tool to use in the classroom. You know, if you download this from my store, all you have to do is just put the levels together like this, and I just tape them together like this, and then all the cards are in my store as well, in the packet as well. So there'll be six green cards on a page. All these cards will be 6 on a page, and I highly recommend that you keep, like, I would say it'll take me till about December to get friends on master, okay? And so I make sure I have a class set of these colors clear up until December, so that if a kid clears out all of their green, boom, I can give them a blue card immediately. Because you don't want it to be where a kiddo is moving up a level but you don't have a card ready or prepared. Like, to me, it kind of takes the excitement out of it, you know what I mean? So I would definitely be prepared up until December, up to the master. Make sure you have a class set. So, and all you have to do is just write the kiddos' names in there, and then once they complete the card, they take that card home, and then they get a new one with their name on it with the different colors. So it's very simple. I keep golden stars constantly around because you just never know. I mean, I can announce in the middle of a mini lesson and I'll say, oh my gosh, you know, Eddie, I love how you are sitting on this carpet right now, making great choices. I want you to get a golden star. And then I'll give Eddie that golden star. Eddie's standing up, cheesing, proud. He goes and puts that star on that dot, and he comes back and sits down. And I continue teaching. You know, you can give them out anytime that you want. Just, you don't want to do too much, but you don't want to be too slow about it either. You want a nice kind of good medium with this whole situation. So I'll put links in the description box below too, where you can get information about the Super Improver Wall. Tons. If you just type in Super Improver Wall on Teachers Pay Teachers, Pinterest, Google, YouTube, you'll find tons of information for you. So I suggest you snip the clip and get with the wall. So much more positive and so much more impacting, I feel. I'm all about making people feel good, whether you're an adult or a child, but especially children. So guys, I hope this helps you out. I hope you enjoyed, and I have more videos coming before I report back. I'll also be doing a classroom tour, my before and then my after. Lots of good things coming up soon. So as always guys, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to Miss May. Don't forget, before I say goodbye, always pray, because God will always make a way. I love you guys. See you in the next vlog. Until next time, hugs and blessings. Bye.